नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। Text number 3. Okay. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 8th Canto, Chapter 1. The Manus, administrators of the universe. This is the entitlement of the chapter. Text number 3. Jadasminantare Brahman Bhagavan Vishwabhavanaha Kritavan kurute karta hi atite anagate dayava Yajjasminantare Brahman Bhagavan Vishwabhavanaha Kritavan kurute karta Yatite nagate dayava. Okay. Word meanings. Yat, whatever activities. Jasmin, in a particular age. Antare, manantare. Brahman, O great Brahmana. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vishwabhavanaha, who has created this cosmic manifestation. Kritavan, has done. Kurute, is doing. Karta, and will do. He, indeed. Atite, in the past. Anagate, in the future. Adaya, adya, at the present. Va, either. Translation. O learned Brahmana, kindly describe to us whatever activities the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who created this cosmic manifestation, has performed in this past manvantaras, is performing at present, and will perform in the future manvantaras. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki. In Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said that both he and the other living entities present on the battlefield has existed in the past, they existed at present, and they would continue to exist in the future. Past, present, and future always exist, both for the Supreme Personality of Godhead and for ordinary living entities. Nitya Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. Both the Lord and the living entities are eternal and sentient. But the difference is that the Lord is unlimited, whereas the living entities are limited. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is their creator of everything, and although the living entities are not created but exist with the Lord eternally, their bodies are created. Whereas the Supreme Lord's body is never created. There is no difference between the Supreme Lord and his body. But the conditioned soul, although eternal, is different from his body. So thus ends the purport given by Srila Prabhupada. And yesterday Ishan Prabhu suggested me to read till the 7th verse, because 4th, 5th, 6th verses are not having any purport. So should I continue, Prabhu? Okay, thank you. Shri Rishi Ruvacha Mannavasmin Betita Sat Kalpe Sayam Bhuvadaya Adyaste Kathito Jatra Deva Dinam Cha Sambhavaha. Translation. Shukdev Goswami said, in the present kalpa there have already been 6 Manus. I have described to you Swayambhuva Manu and the appearance of many demigods. In this kalpa Brahma, Swayambhuva Manu is the first Manu. Akutyam devahutyam cha duhitrastasya vai manah dharma jnanopodeshartham Bhagavan putratam gataha. Swayambhuva Manu had 2 daughters, named Akuti and Devahuti. From their wombs, the Supreme Personality of God had appeared as 2 sons named Jaggamurti and Kapila respectively. These sons were entrusted with preaching about religion and knowledge. There is also a small purport of 2 lines. The purport: Devahuti's son was known as Kapila, and Akuti's son was known as Jaggamurti. Both of them taught about religion and philosophical knowledge. Kritam pura bhagavata kapilasya anuvartinam akhyasya bhagavan jagga jatchakaro kuruddaha. O best of the Kurus, I have already described in the 3rd canto the activities of Kapila, the son of Devahuti. Now I shall describe the activities of Jaggamurti, the son of Akuti. Virakta kama bhugeshu shato rupapati prabhu visrijya rajyam tapase Saubharya vanam abhishat. Swayambhuva Manu, the the husband of Shatarupa was by nature not at all attached to enjoy of the senses. Thus he gave up his kingdom of sense enjoyment and entered the forest with his wife to practice austerities. Purport. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.2, Evam parampara praptam imam rajorshaya viduhu, the supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. All the Manus were perfect kings, they were Rajorshis. In other words, although they held posts as king of the world, they were as good as great saints. Swayambhuva Manu, for example, was the emperor of the world, yet he had no desire for sense gratification. This is the meaning of monarchy. The king of the country or the emperor of the empire must be so trained that by nature he renounces sense gratification. It is not that because one becomes king he should unnecessarily spend money for sense gratification. As soon as kings became degraded, spending money for sense gratification, they were lost. Similarly, at present moment, monarchy having been lost, the people have created democracy, which is also falling. Now, by the laws of nature, the time is coming when dictatorship will put the citizens into more and more difficulty. If the king or dictator individually or the members of the government collectively cannot maintain the state or kingdom according to the rules of Manu Samhita, certainly their government will not endure. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, the third shloka we have read that Parikshit Maharaj asked few questions to Shukdev Goswami to describe the activities of the Manus and different manantaras, and he was asking to know the previous manantaras, present manantar, and the future manantar, because in previous chapter he has heard the activity of the some of them, like the pastimes of Kapila and others. So he developed the interest of hearing these great personalities. So therefore he was asking these questions, and in the purport of these shlokas, Srila Prabhupada quoted from Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the beginning from second chapter, text number 12. What's the text? Notteva hom jatu nasam nottom nimijanadhipa nachaiva navavishyama sarve vayam ataparam. Never there were a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. Here also Srila Prabhupada mentioned. So Srila Prabhupada mentioned that in past, present and future the Lord and the living entity, especially the souls, they exist. Always they exist. But there also has described some dissimilarities, but difference between the Lord and the Jiva. So what is the difference between the Lord and the Jiva? The Lord is unlimited, but the Jiva is limited. The Lord is the shelter, the Jiva is sheltered. The Lord controls the Maya or material nature, but Jiva sometimes controlled by the material nature. The Lord, there is no difference between the Lord and his body, but the Jiva has difference between his body and himself. So Jiva is very tiny. Jiva is Anu Chaitanya, but Lord is Vibhu Chaitanya. Jiva is Atma, Bhagavan is Paramatma. So like this, there are many differences between the Lord and Jiva, but the similarity is Lord is Satchidanandamaya. Similarly, the soul is also Satchidanandamaya. So basically, the main difference between the Lord and Jiva is the quantity, but qualitatively, the Lord and Jiva is the same. So then the later verses, the description was continued. Shukdev Goswami replied that in this present kalpa there have already been 6 manus. A kalpa means the daytime of Brahma. So already 6 manu have passed, and and I have described Swayambhuva Manu and the appearance of many demigods in the Kalpa of Brahma. Swayambhuva Manu is the first Manu, and in every Kalpa maybe there are 14 Manus. So 6 Manus already have passed. And the first Manu is Swayambhuva Manu. And Swayambhuva Manu has 2 daughters, named Akuti and Devahuti. So already the pastimes of Devahuti and her son Lord Kapil Dev described in 3rd canto. And he has another daughter known as Akuti, Akuti, and she also begot a son named Jagyamurti, and both of them, Lord Kapil and Lord Jagyamurti, both of them are the incarnation of the Lord, and both of them appeared to preach religion and knowledge. So in this 7th verse, Shukdev Goswami is talking about the actually austerity. Swayambhuva Manu, the husband of Shatarupa, was by nature not at all attached to enjoyment of the senses. Thus he gave up his kingdom of sense enjoyment and entered the forest with his wife to practice austerities. So Swayambhuva Manu, so Manu means the original father of the mankind, and Shatarupa is the original mother of the mankind. So there is a wonderful quality of Manu is described that by nature he had no attachment to the sense enjoyment. So therefore he gave up his kingdom, and entered into the forest with his wife for the tapasya. Srila Prabhupada has given a wonderful purport on detachment and performing the austerities. So Prabhupada quoted from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, text number 2, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarsaya viduhu. So there Prabhupada says that the supreme science was thus received the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. So Krishna says that I have given this knowledge to Vibhoswan, the sun god, and he has given his son Manu. Manu has given his son Ikshaku. Vibhoswan, Ikshaku. So in this way, this knowledge came down to the disciplic succession. And millions and millions of years this knowledge are accepting, receiving the kings, and they are teaching their subjects to follow the religious principles and become happy in this life and afterlife. So actually there is, Prabhupada describes, actually Manu were a Rajarshi. Although he was a king, but he was as good as great saint. Like we have many Rajarshis from Srimad Bhagavatam, like Yudhishthira Maharaj, also a Rajarshi, and especially Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, and Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj was Lord himself. Then Ambarish Maharaj, specifically, Ambarish Maharaj represented the 9 devotional service simultaneously. Actually, he was performing all the devotional limbs together. So actually this is the purpose of life, to perform the austerity and to be detached to the material enjoyment. As soon as we came to this material world, as soon as we have fallen from the spiritual world, we started enjoying our senses. We started enjoying this material nature with our senses, because this desire of enjoyment came to our mind in the spiritual world. When we saw that Krishna is enjoying, so we also had this desire enjoy separately other than Krishna. Therefore we came here to enjoy to satisfy our desires. Krishna gave this opportunity. But after enjoying life after life, so nobody can be satisfied. So in some point, the living entity, the jivas, can realize, especially in the human form of life, can realize that I am not for the sense enjoyment. I have the higher purpose of life. So when the jiva realize this, that I have different responsibility, the hogs and dogs, they are also enjoy their senses. So if I am also enjoying like them, then what is the difference between the animals and me? So I have the better opportunities, so I should do something better than them. So we find in 5th canto, 5th chapter. So Lord Rishabdev instructs his 100 sons. Nayam deho deho bhajamne loke kastan kamanor hotebit pujamje tapo dibbam putra kajena sattam shuddhet jasmad brahma sukkum tonantam. So there he instructs his sons that as long as one does not inquire about the spiritual values of life, one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. Be it sinful or pious, karma has its resultant actions. If a person is engaged in any kind of karma, his mind is called no, not this one, right? Sorry, the first sloka. Yeah. So, my dear boys, of all the living entities who have accepted material bodies, yes, Nayam Deho Deho Bhajam, who have accepted material bodies in this world, one who has been awarded this human form of body should not work hard day and night simply for sense gratification, which is available even for dogs and hogs that eat stool. So one should engage in penance and austerity to attain the divine position of devotional service. By such activity, one's heart is purified, and when one attains this position, he attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to material happiness and which continues forever. So actually this is the purpose of life, to perform austerity, purpose of human life, to perform austerity. Austerity means to please the Lord by serving Him. And the scriptures again and again remind us, instruct us to perform austerity, to perform devotional service. And the austerity in this age of Kali is different from the other ages. So because we don't have so much of physical strength, the power of concentration, and many other demerits we have in this age of Kali, and our lifespan is also very short. So therefore, mercifully, the Lord Himself appeared in this age of Kali as a devotee, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and He has given us the most profound and easiest method of austerity. Nacho gao bhakta sange karo Sankirtan. So you just chant, dance with the devotees. So that's all. It will make your life perfect. 10-5 मिली निज द्वारते बसिया कीर्तन करो सभी हाथे ताले दिया. So you should perform this devotional service with the association of the devotees. If you don't have the opportunity to devotee association, then you call all your family members in the morning and in evening. Sit together, clap in hands, chant Hare Krishna. In this way, you can be happy, you can perfect your life. So really we have very simple devotional activity that we can perform. We need not to go to the forest, leave the family forever, and remain alone. Jai Jai Shri Shri खोद निताई मायपुर शशि की जय, तुलसीनाथ महाराज गिरिधारी लाल की. So Lord has given us the holy name. Lord actually came himself as holy name, and we got the instruction, all the living entities, actually all the human beings of this age of Kali, to chant this holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Mahaprabhu instructed, ইহা হইতে সর্বসিদ্ধি হইবে সবার, সর্বক্ষণ বলইতে বিধি নাহি আর। কি শয়নে কি ভুজনে কিবা জাগরণে, অহর্নিশি চিন্ত কৃষ্ণ বলহবদনে. So Lord is instructing that you chant this holy name always, and you will have all the perfections only from this chanting. Ki bhojane, while you are eating, chant Hare Krishna. Ki shayane, while you are sleeping, ki shayane ki bhojane kiba jakarane, and while you are wake up, you chant. Yes. Ahornishi chinta Krishna. So always, day and night, you remember the pastimes of Krishna and Balahavadane, and utter in your mouth. So actually, this is the center of our austerity, the chanting Hare Krishna. And the following four principles are bhakti anukul, favorable to the devotional service activity. So there are 6 processes of devotional, sharanagati, bhakti anukulo matra karye roshikar, bhakti pratikul bhav varjanangikar. So these 6 process of sharanagati is meant for to chant better, so that we can improve our chanting, so that we can improve our attachment to the chanting and to the service of the Lord. So we should follow these 6 method of sharanagati. But chanting is the center. If we do not chant, do other everything and anything, so it cannot give us actually any kind of real benefits. But if we chant with holy name, if we chant holy name and perform other services as the subordinate activity of the holy name, then every activity we do will give us the perfection. So the theme of this shloka, the 7th shloka and purport of Srila Prabhupada, so I take it like this, that the theme of this verse is the austerity. Also Prabhupada mentioned that if some the kings does not follow the devotional service or religion, they are not become the saintly kings, then actually they cannot maintain their kingdom, or they cannot prosper their kingdom. They will just be in the sense enjoyment. If the kings are in the sense in merge into the sense enjoyment, then they are subjects, their citizens also actually follow them. In Srimad Bhagavatam we find in 3rd chapter 21st verse, Jad jada charoti shreshta tat tat evaitara janaha sajat pramanam kurute lokot tad anuvartate. So this is very important. The leaders uh, the head of the family, head of the society, head of the state, they should be religious, so that the dependents of them can easily follow them and go back to the Godhead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.